More than 400 combat aircraft took to the sky almost at the same time. In the first 72 hours, over 3,000 missile strikes were launched, the largest air operation since the Gulf War, and Iran suddenly woke up to a new reality where the attack was already underway while its radars were still trying to understand what was happening. That is how Operation Epic Fury began, a massive, synchronized strike by the United States and its allies. In just a few days, it completely changed the familiar logic of war. Not tank columns, not fleets on the horizon, not years of diplomatic maneuvering, the sky. That's where the fate of the campaign was decided. Aviation became the main force, the main argument, and the final verdict for Iran's military machine. But what actually stands behind this storm in the sky? How do dozens of different aircraft turn into a single mechanism where every platform knows its role? And why might 2026 go down in history as the moment when air power finally proved that modern wars can be decided not in years and not even in months, but in just a matter of weeks? The sky decides everything. How US air power broke Iran in just days. Epic Fury, when the sky becomes the battlefield. Operation Epic Fury was not an improvisation. It was the result of years of planning, thousands of hours of aerial reconnaissance, and precise coordination between the United States, Israel, and their regional allies. The objective was clear: destroy Iran's military infrastructure, nuclear facilities, command centers, air defense systems, and ballistic missile arsenals. To understand the scale, in the first 24 hours alone, the coalition struck more than 85 separate targets, from underground storage sites in the Zagros Mountains to radar stations along the Persian Gulf coast. The strikes were launched from aircraft carriers, ground bases in Qatar, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia, as well as from submarines operating in the Arabian Sea. From day one, the strategy focused on air superiority. Whoever controls the sky controls everything. In 2026, this old military principle received a new and very harsh confirmation. F-35. Lightning II, the eyes and blade of air warfare. If there was one aircraft that set the rhythm of the entire air campaign in Operation Epic Fury, it was the F-35 Lightning II, a fifth-generation stealth fighter that Iranian radars could barely see. Not because it's small, but because its shape, materials, and design are built to scatter and absorb radar waves. Its radar cross-section is about 0.005 square meters. For comparison, a conventional fighter appears on radar with a signature of 5 to 10 square meters. On an air defense screen, an F-35 looks more like random interference or a large insect than a combat aircraft. Its top speed reaches about 1,220 miles per hour, and its combat radius exceeds 620 miles. But the real power of this aircraft is not just speed or range. Its greatest advantage is its brain. The AN/APG-81 radar and its data fusion system collect information from satellites, drones, and allied aircraft into a single real-time picture of the battlefield. The pilot sees the fight almost as if looking at it from above. The F-35 always went in first. Its mission was simple and dangerous: blind the enemy. Radars, launchers, command centers, everything that allows an air defense system to detect and react became the first targets. Its arsenal includes GBU-53 Stormbreaker guided bombs, AIM-120 AMR/AAM air-to-air missiles, and AGM-88 HARM anti-radiation missiles, designed specifically to hunt radar systems. While the defense is still trying to figure out where the attack came from, the F-35 is already disappearing back into the sky. Against Iran, the aircraft proved especially effective. Many elements of Iran's air defense network were built on Soviet and Chinese technologies from previous generations. They work well against conventional aircraft, but are nearly powerless against modern stealth. It's almost like trying to detect an aircraft that, for their radars, barely exists at all. EF-22 Raptor, master of the sky. While the F-35 Lightning II quietly dismantled Iran's air defenses, another hunter operated in the upper layers of the sky, the F-22 Raptor. Its role was simple yet decisive: control the airspace and prevent any enemy aircraft from even approaching the strike group. The Raptor was built for exactly this mission. Its top speed reaches about 1,500 miles per hour, but its real advantage is something else: the ability to fly supersonic without afterburners. In Super Cruise mode, it maintains around 1,180 miles per hour without igniting the afterburner. That means a smaller heat signature, lower fuel consumption, and a much harder target for enemy infrared sensors. The F-22 rarely performs ground strikes. Its mission is air dominance. If a threat appears in the sky, the Raptor must eliminate it before the opponent even realizes they are being targeted. For this, it carries AIM-9X Sidewinder missiles for close combat and AIM-120D AMRAAM missiles capable of hitting targets at distances of over 110 miles. All weapons are stored inside internal weapon bays to preserve the aircraft's stealth profile. Against a machine like this, Iran's Air Force looked like technology from another era. The F-14 Tomcat and MiG-29, aircraft designed in the 1970s and 1980s, simply could not match the technological level of the Raptor. In the first days of Operation Epic Fury, Iranian fighters almost completely stopped flying combat missions. The sky quickly became a domain where only one aircraft set the rules. F-15 Strike Eagle, the workhorse of war. If the F-22 Raptor was the sharp sword of this campaign, then the F-15E Strike Eagle was the hammer. Powerful, durable, and built to hit targets with maximum force. The Strike Eagle can carry up to 24,000 pounds of weapons across 9 hardpoints. Bombs, guided missiles, glide munitions. This aircraft can carry more strike payload than the legendary B-29 Super Fortress of World War II. And it can still reach speeds of up to 1,650 miles per hour. Its combat radius exceeds 790 miles, even with a full weapons load. During Operation Epic Fury, the F-15E became the main tool for large-scale strikes deep inside Iranian territory. After the F-35 Lightning II cleared the path by destroying air defense systems, and the F-22 secured the skies from any aerial threat, the Strike Eagle entered the fight. And it did exactly what it was designed to do: turn hardened military targets into rubble. Its primary weapon in these strikes was the GBU-28 Bunker Buster, a 4,400-pound bomb with a reinforced casing capable of penetrating up to 20 feet of reinforced concrete before detonating. Even deep underground bunkers hidden nearly 100 feet below the surface were not safe from it. When the Strike Eagle arrived over a target, it usually meant one thing: a facility that existed on the map minutes earlier would disappear from reality within seconds. EA-18G Growler, the aircraft without which war doesn't even begin. There is one aircraft that almost never makes the headlines. It rarely appears in strike footage and almost never stands at the center of attention. But without it, the entire air campaign simply would not work. That aircraft is the EA-18G Growler, a true master of electronic warfare. Built on the platform of the Boeing F/A-18 Super Hornet, the Growler carries a very different arsenal instead of conventional strike weapons. Its main system is the AN/ALQ-99, an electronic warfare suite that attacks the enemy with invisible waves. It jams radars, disrupts communication links between air defense units and command centers, and interferes with missile guidance systems. The frequencies used by the Growler cover a massive spectrum, from 64 megahertz to 18 gigahertz. For air defense operators, it looks as if their radar screens suddenly fill with noise. Targets disappear, phantom signals appear, and the real battlefield picture breaks into chaotic fragments. At that moment, the defense effectively goes blind. A single growler can suppress several different radar systems simultaneously at distances of up to 93 miles. This is not theory. It is real combat capability. As a result, a complex, multi-layered air defense network turns into a collection of isolated systems that can no longer coordinate their actions. And in modern warfare, that means only one thing. Once a defense is isolated and disoriented, it is already doomed. And that is exactly the moment when the strike aircraft move in. The Sky decided everything. Operation Epic Fury did more than strike Iranian infrastructure. It demonstrated that a modern air campaign is no longer a collection of separate sorties, but a single living network where every aircraft, drone, and missile shares information with the others in real time. 4 types of aircraft, several types of weapons, a clear logic of coordination, and a result that no ground operation could have achieved without enormous casualties and months of fighting. The question is no longer whether Epic Fury changed the rules of the game. It already has. The real question now is, which countries are already building 6th-generation air power? And will anyone ever be able to challenge this chain in the sky? Write your thoughts in the comments, leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.